So we've talked about games in my class, and now we're going to make a game. And we're going to use a website I just discovered like in the last couple of weeks. It's called arcade.makecode.com. And so you can just type that in and you can make all kinds of different games. And the cool thing about this website is it has lots of tutorials so that you can learn how to do it. So I'm going to walk you through their tutorial so you can get started. So we're all just going to get started together. This is part one. And we're going to actually go to the Game Maker Guide under tutorials. And it has like a little, it's almost like a game. It has levels and you can level up. And over here you can sort of see level up your gaming skills and earn rewards and complete these things. So I'm going to get you started with this and then you can kind of take it and go as far as you want. I'm going to start with their very first one here. And usually you go from top to bottom and then from right to left. So I'm going to start with number one. Learn to use MakeCode.arcade. And this is an easy tutorial. And so we're going to start it. Hopefully it really is easy. I'm doing this tutorial because I think some of it is a little more complicated. Are you ready to start coding your own game? Complete this tutorial and learn how to do this stuff right here. So let's just, okay, so I'm going to move my picture here. So you can see there's a welcome. You can go back and you can go to next and you can close this to go less or more. You've just discovered the most important part of following a tutorial, reading the instructions. And so you're going to follow these, but we'll follow along and read a little bit more. The box is where you'll find information for each step. So right here in this area is the box. If you don't need all of the info, click the light bulb for an extra hint. Or if you need more, you found the hints. Your workspace is the area below. This is the workspace. Click in the text area of the splash block. This is the splash block. And change the text to something more exciting. Like monkeys love to throw poo. It's true. Monkeys do. Some monkeys. Probably most monkeys. I don't know. I've heard that that's a thing. So anyway, notice over here in the game screen, it just changed to monkeys love to throw poo. Did you notice that the word workspace in the first sentence has a special look? Hover your mouse over it to see definition. Oh, look at that right here. Your workspace. And it defines it. The area where you build your code. This is your code building area. We're coding. Oh my gosh. Get to know MakeCode Arcade. Blocks can be dragged out from the toolbox, connect, duplicated, and deleted. Keep going to learn more about blocks. Okay, all right, I will. All right. So in the instructions, you'll need to will often be highlighted in the same color as the toolbox category. For example, we might use splash when we want to find splash. The block splash screen to your project. A splash screen is a full screen message that shows while program level is loading. So this is my splash screen. So maybe it'll be a game about a monkey. I'm going to go next. Let's see how this works. Okay, now notice that I have to scroll down a little to see the whole message here. Let's see how this works. Find the set background color to block and snap it at the top of the on start container. This is the container, the on start container. And it says snap it at the top of the on start container. Click the gray box in the new block to set the background. So over here, these are like the new blocks, and I'm going to click the gray block. And then there's set background color. So I'm just going to click on it. I'm just going to drag a little out. If you just drag just a tiny bit to the right, it disappears. And then see, look, it actually is going to go to the top. Now, when it said top, it meant the top of the inside of the block. And you can move this block around too. And you can actually change their order by grabbing the one that's on the bottom, popping it. It makes a nice little popping noise. I love it. Set the background color to your favorite color. You know, my favorite color in games is sky. I love the Mario games with the blue sky in the background. So there we go. Set it to blue, and look at that. The color of my splash screen just changed to blue. Click the gray box. Okay, so let's go hint. Yep, and let's go next. Every rule has an exception, so let's look at a block that doesn't match its category. The set my sprite to sprite blank of kind player block is red, but it lives in the sprites category. So this is in this blue sprites category, but it's actually red. Snap that into the end of the on start container. This is our on start container. I'm going to find that red, set my sprite. I'm just going to drag a little tiny bit to the right, and I'm going to put it at the end right there, set my player. Click the gray box in the new block and draw a sprite. What is a sprite? A 2D image that moves on the screen. Ooh. Toggle the gallery to pick one of, or toggle the gallery to pick one of ours. So we're going to click on that block. And we get to draw our own sprite. Now you can actually go, and these are examples of different sprites. They look like little 2D gaming sprites, like, you know, like in Mario or Pac-Man or whatever. I'm going to draw my own because I think it's more fun to draw my own. I'm just going to do an outline. I'm going to draw like a face like that. It's not good. And I'm going to use the fill in button, and I'm going to fill it in like that. And there's my character. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to click done here in the bottom corner. You can always hit Control Z to undo. You can fill, you can erase. There's all these buttons to change like what you do. Okay, done. All right, I got my character. Click the gray box. Okay, I think I did it. Let's go next. Now let's look at different types of blocks and how to use them. This is a container block. Container blocks have a flat edge at the top and the bottom with an open space in the middle that allows other blocks to snap inside. Container blocks control when the code inside runs. Here's an example. Now I'm going to read this. Find an on A button, press container and drag it into the workspace. Okay, so it's orange color, which is this color here. And it was an on A button pressed. So let's drag that out and put it into the workspace. And I can scroll up and down in my workspace here. Okay, and let's hint. Oh, I'm covering the hint. Okay, nope, don't need that hint. All right, now there are standard blocks. Standard blocks are single line blocks with notches at the top. Oh, I see the little notch right there that allow them to click in between other pieces. Here's an example of a standard block. My sprite start. So find a My Sprite Start effect and snap it on the On A button pressed. Okay, so let's find the blue sprites on start. Oh, here it is. My Sprite Start spray effect. So let's drag that over, and we're going to put it in this button right here. And now let's see what it says to do next. Click the plus sign to the right of the new blocks and open an extra argument. Okay, I didn't know we were in an argument here. Effect for 500. I have no idea what I'm doing here, but I'm gonna trust the process. Let's go to the next one. Finally, we have value blocks. Value blocks are special pieces that add information to other blocks. Sometimes they're pointy, sometimes they're round, but they always need another block to snap into. Value blocks look like this. They're like little like diamonds or emeralds, and you pop them into these like spaces, I think. Okay. So from the math category, grab pick a random number. Okay, so from math, purple, pick a random number. And where am I putting this pick a random number? Oh, I'm putting it into the My Sprite effect for. Okay, all right, so let's go back to math. And let's pick that and we'll drag it to the, see how that's a circular, see how that, look, oh, look at that, it snaps in. And it pops in. Can I just drag it here? No, it sort of like says, hey, you want to attach to that. Cool. Pick a random number. Change the range from 100 to 600. Okay. I'm just going to do what they're telling me to do. 100. Can I tab over? Yeah, you can hit the tab key on the left of your keyboard to jump over like that. 100 to 600. Okay. They have value blocks have different shapes depending on what kind of information they add. Each one will only fit in certain types of spaces. All right. Time to play. Check out the game screen. Click the A button to clear your splash screen message. Click it again to launch your effects. A. Hey, look at that. And A. Oh. My character sprayed stuff out of his face. Like it's like he's sneezing. Now I'm going to change the background color to a darker color. So I feel like it'll be, no, I don't like that. I don't like gray. How about yellow? Let's see if yellow works. A now. Now let's hit A again. Oh, now his spray is yellow. What if I change the spray to something different, like trail? I don't know. Click. I don't even know what that did. I'm going to change it back. I'm going to change it back for now to spray, just so I'm doing kind of like the original. I'm going to change this back to blue. Okay, let's go to the next step. And I think I just finished this first tutorial. Now get creative. Feel free to take a look at the extra blocks we've added onto the toolbox. It's okay if you don't know what they all do. Play around with them and see how they affect your game. Test your game after every couple of steps to make sure it's behaving the way you want. Congratulations, you've learned everything you need to know to graduate to a new tutorial. You can click Finish and create some games with MakeCode.arcade. Finish. And check this out. I just completed my first tutorial and I just earned some points, I think. And there you go. So that's how you start working with MakeCode.arcade. Now, as you do these other tutorials, they're going to lead you to make games. I'm going to do some of those too, but this is us getting started making our own game. What? This is cool. All right. I'm going to stop right there.